And when you make that decision, that reticular activating system is saying, hey, pay attention to this. This might be a great opportunity. Maybe this is for you.
There was one other thing I just wanted to ask you whilst we got you on the channel, and that is, I was reading about your writing on the flaw in the law of attraction, and I just wondered if you could tell us a bit more about that.
Well, I would say if the law of attraction worked the way that it's been touted to work, that we'd all be cruising the Caribbean on our 100-foot yacht. So I asked a group one day, I had about 1,000 people in a seminar, and somebody mentioned something about the law of attraction. And I said, well, let's just take a poll here. I said, how many of you can honestly say that the law of attraction has worked for you? And I had one hand go up out of 1,000 people. And of course, you can't prove if they did or didn't do, but again, it's back to what I said earlier. You don't attract things into your life. If you could do that, I could be driving down the freeway and materialize a soda and a hamburger on my console. You can't do that. Or maybe some people can, I don't know. maybe there's some magical person that can, but the idea is that when you change, your view of the world changes, and you see things differently that you didn't see before. So if you say, I want to be wealthy, you see opportunities. If you've truly made that decision. So it's not that it's coming to you, it's like you're seeing it now and you didn't see it before. It's like, I believe it when I see it. No, when you see it, then you'll believe it. Or is it the other way around? So it's people quote it both ways, but really your view of the world changes. And if you don't believe me, just go back in your life and look at things that you've done.
Yeah.
I decided about 2 months ago I was going to buy a new boat, and all of a sudden it seems like I'm seeing boats everywhere. I'm seeing boats on the side of the road, people pulling boats, people at dealers handling boats down the freeway, and that I never saw before. And so finally yesterday I bought a boat. But my view changed, because otherwise, why would I even notice a boat if I didn't want one? Why would I notice a new car if I didn't want one? So that's what happens. You see ways of doing things, and we've all done that. We've all done it.
And that's your reticular activating system kicking in, giving you the focus on the things that you focus on. And I guess what you said about law of attraction, I do agree with, because I guess my fundamental concern or criticism of it, I guess, was that, like you say, belief alone isn't enough. I think law of attraction absolutely works if you execute on what you want. I think if you have that focus and you know what you want, and you get that you get that laser light vision, that tunnel vision towards what you want, and you start executing, then absolutely it works. But I think when people just arbitrarily think I want to be rich, or I want to do this, I want to do that, but then they don't change their behaviors, they just keep procrastinating, well, then it's just a belief, isn't it? It's just a belief with no action.
And a belief, think about this, all beliefs are false. A belief is an opinion.
Yeah.
It's not a reality, it's an opinion. So I would say all beliefs are false until you decide they're true. And then it's only true for you. Somebody else has a totally different way of looking at that. Just like somebody believes that making money is easy, the next one believes that making money is hard. Which one is true? They're both true for that individual person. And you mentioned the reticular activating system. A good example, let's say you're walking through the airport and you hear the announcements going on, you don't pay any attention. You just hear an announcement, it's noise. John Smith, you're supposed to be at gate 5 right now. We're about to take off, or, we're boarding now here. You don't think anything about it until it says, you hear an announcement that says, Jim Britt, you're what? I'm gonna go, what? Other than before that, I didn't hear it. So my reticular activating system says, you need to pay attention to this, because, and the rest of it, you don't need to pay attention to because it's not about you.
Yeah.
And when you make that decision, that reticular activating system is saying, hey, pay attention to this. This might be a great opportunity. Maybe this is for you. So you're right. Absolutely.